One.
Welcome to the ChatSGP podcast, the ultimate podcast for your sports bettors. And I'm Dr. Martin Luther Creek, ready to turn your game day predictions into winning streaks. From underdogs to sure things, we got your betting blueprint. So let's make every game a winning. Now, we want to start with the recap from last night. And when I say recap, I mean the blow up, the monstrosity from Carl Anthony Towns. He was on everybody's ticket. He was on my tickets. He was on SGP Billie's ticket.
Well, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
I'm smarter than that.
Smarter than that. Well, guess what? Us DJs, we took him. We took him for the 15 points, and he was terrible. Terrible. The capital T.
You know who I did take as a recommendation of yours?
Yeah, who's that?
Jaden McDaniels.
Was he a recommendation of mine, or was he a recommendation of FanDuel?
Yours.
Yeah?
The two recommendations of FanDuel were Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford.
Well, we saw what happened to Derek Lively. He took a L. Took a spill. He'll be okay.
I don't know. But yeah, I took the FanDuel SGP 5 legs. I took Naz Reid 10 plus. He had 14. Conley for 10. He had 16. Rudy Gobert for 10. He had 9. Lively for 10. He had 6. Gafford for 10. He had 5.
I mean, it sounds good other than Lively.
Well, thanks, FanDuel.
And of course, McDaniel. He's young. He's never been in this moment before. He's young.
Yes,
You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to play in the
he could
moment.
not stay out of foul trouble. It was disgusting.
He guards the top player on the opposite team, the ops. That's what he does. He takes care of the ops. That's his job.
That's his fault. However, I did have a chance to win my money back, and I got a no sweat bet back. So I can't really complain. But the bet that I did hit was Naz Reid 10 plus, Conley 10 plus, Kyrie Irving 20 plus, Anthony Edwards 20 plus, and I put that in at halftime.
Well, we've got perfect props for tonight. Tonight's going to be a better night. We got some things going. We got things in motion. We got Drew Holiday for 10 points. And he should be starting. So we'll see how that goes.
Drew
Peyton
Holiday,
Pritchard.
Drew Holiday is game time with a sickness.
Yeah, he better get his tummy together. Pause. You let that one slide. That's fine.
No,
Peyton Pritchard.
I don't know
What's
about
that?
I don't know about Drew. I think once they start making excuses, I start betting a different way. But go ahead, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if he doesn't get those 10 points, you know who'll get those 10 points? Derek White. Easily. If Drew Holiday's not in, make sure you guys plug in Derek White for those 10 points.
You mean
Um,
his doppelganger? Now in that game, I'm keying in on the over on the points. I think over 222.5 is legitimate,
right.
unless it's a blowout, which I could also see Boston closing this thing out.
Well, I also got Derek for my perfect props. I have Derek White for 1+ blocks, and that's at minus 178 right now. So that's looking real good. He's the actual number 2 guard in the league as far as blocks. So he gets that done once a game, sometimes twice a game. And it's a good prop. Make sure you guys check that out. I would definitely add that to one of my tickets.
So
Now,
let me hear what you think about Andrew Nimhart.
I got Andrew Nimhart on my DGen parlay. Let's talk about that. Andrew Nimhart, 2+3s. They got him. His PRAs is at Somewhere around 25, and that's reaching. It's going to be a reach. We got to see how or if Halliburton is playing tonight. What's his status?
I think he's definitely playing tonight.
He's definitely playing. So Nimhard at 25.5, that's a reach. They also have TJ McConnell at 25.5 PRAs. Now that's not a reach. I would definitely put that on one of my tickets. I actually have it on one of my tickets. It's my ChatSGP parlay of the day.
I'm
It's a
taking
part of that.
McConnell for 10 points, and that's it. That's as far as I'll go with him.
Well, what about his whole PRAs? We talking about his rebounds and his assists.
Give me McConnell for 10 points. Path of least resistance.
So you're saying 10 points. What do you think he'll actually add? 13, 14,
10.
10? Just 10? Wowzers.
Part of me thinks this is not going to be a good game.
Mm.
Part of me thinks Boston gets it done. And I don't know. I don't know if the starters are finishing the game.
They just moved your boy Nimhard up 26.5 PRA. So yeah, the lines are moving. Vegas knows what's up.
I don't know. I could see the Pacers stars coming out or just giving up. I could also see it going going the wire. So I'm not sure. That's why, like I said, the only thing I'm sure of is the over 222 and a half. But that's
Right.
obviously only if it's close. I may take Pascal for 20 plus. I may take Al Horford for 10 plus. Something like that.
Pascal for 20 points that's golden. Take that. Horford, if he's knocking down his threes, then yeah.
I don't know. I think uh I think Horford has been strong in this series. I can put some money on him for 10 points with
Yeah,
confidence.
because they don't with confidence because they don't guard him. They allow him to shoot those threes, and yeah, he's good at it. Why not?
All right.
But
So what's your to cap it off? What's your NBA bet tonight? What's your ticket?
well, I have two parlays. Which one do you want first? You want the Chat SGP parlay, or do you want the DGen parlay? My guys that's here, they're here because I'm here. I'm in the place to be. You know why you're here. You're degenerate just like me. Which parlay do you want?
Definitely don't want that one.
You don't want that one. So let's go with the Chat SGP parlay. We got Jason Tatum for 35 points and rebounds. 35 points and rebounds. He's averaging 9 rebounds in this series. You got to take him for 35 points and rebounds. It's a must. Next, we got Jaylen Brown for 20 points. Easy. No question. Without question. It's Jaylen Brown. Of course, he's going to get 20 points. Now, here comes the tricky part. TJ McConnell with the over 25.5 PRAs. And it's sitting at, where are you, TJ? Minus 115. That's juicy. That's nice. I take it. Chat SGP parlay. Tatum 35 PRs. Jalen 20 points. TJ McConnell over 25.5 PRAs. Lock in.
I never trust Jason Tatum, so good luck with that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now for my DJs, the reason why you guys are here because I'm here and we're here to fucking win. Tatum for 5 assists. Jalen also for 20 points. Mark that down. Let's circle that. That's in both these parlays. And we got Nimhart for 2 threes. That's for my DJs only. You know I'll be there.
Fair enough. So let's move to baseball. many of you don't know, but I only gamble on two teams for the most part. It's going to be the Phillies. It's going to be the Dodgers. Mid,
Yes, sir.
what's your take on the Phillies right now?
What's my take on the Phillies right now? They're the hottest team in baseball. They're the number one team, and you got the hitters such as who's the freaking catcher? Uh,
JT, man.
JT Realmuto. Take him for a hit. Take Castellanos for a hit. And
What's your strategy on that?
strategy on that is money line and take two players for hits. Over 0.5. You can't miss it.
You can miss it.
You can, but you can't.
Well, I think when it comes to the Phillies at Giants, ESPN actually has the Giants as the favorite by less than a percentage, basically. I think when we talk about the pitchers, uh, we have Taiwan Walker, who's undefeated right now, going against Blake Snell, who is 0-3. So I think we could probably lock that in as far as Philly's money line, just based on pitchers. When it comes to batters, I'd say the furthest down the lineup with confidence I'll go is Bohm. But the highest person I have confidence in might be Merrifield in this lineup, just against Snell, just in his history. Um, I usually don't make bets that far down in the lineup, even though a lot of those guys have been getting hits quite frequently, especially people like Sosa or Castellanos. So I'll probably end up taking JT like I usually do. I may parlay that with Bohm. I may consider Harper. But if I go further down in the list, maybe I
Merrifield.
go Sosa.
Merrifield.
Hill.
Merrifield because he's over 400 versus Blake Snell. Like you said, versus him, he's money. Lock in.
Uh, I don't know. I don't always trust it because I've lost plenty of times where guys have had good percentage versus a pitcher, and it was just that one or two times maybe, and not this time. So I
But you
tried.
gotta lock in against the new with the new guy. He's the new guy. He's ready to show out. That's why he's there.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to take Phillies money line. Um, Phillies have been what on somewhat of a terrible, in my opinion, road streak right now. They just finished up against Colorado where they went 1-2. They had one choke job. They had one comeback. The choke job obviously cost me. I did bet them to come back that following day. Um, I think the Phils are what uh,
They
one in
won their go ahead.
prior to this series, they were at an undefeated streak. So I'm not too mad. I anticipated them having a better outing in Colorado only because they had such a long home streak and Colorado had such a long away schedule. But it just didn't happen like that. I think the Giants are what 4-1 in the last five, something like that. So they're coming off a pretty good uh stand in the last five, but I still don't think they're better than the Phillies. I think the Phillies put up double digits on them a couple times this year already. Um, and then when it comes to LA versus the Mets have been up and down all season, but no worse than LA has been. I've lost way too much on LA this year. I feel like for the amount of money they're paying their lineup. If I were to bet LA today, I'm going to bet on DraftKings. The odds are slightly better than FanDuel, or at least they were about an hour ago. Um, I don't know about this one. I think I'd be hesitant to bet money line these days uh, with LA, just because, like I said, they've been so spotty and unpredictable. But I think betting anybody in the top five of their order is always a good opportunity, whether you're talking about like bets and Otani or just kind of selecting everybody depending on the pitcher. Um, I don't know a better batting lineup in the top five in the MLB. So it kind of makes me scratch my head when they aren't winning as much or at least scoring as much as I think they are, but I'm still going to bet them to win every single time that I bet them. Uh, it's just these days, I'm just going to bet batters until they get themselves on the right side of things. I think they're 0-3 in their last series, and they may be 0-5 in the last five. So
Well,
they're
Cincinnati kicked their ass.
big time. So
Big
I don't
time.
know what's going on there other than the obvious losses, but I think for now with LA, I'll bet batters because people have been doing pretty well, uh, but they're just not winning.
No,
Not
the guys get homesick and you want to go home. They sick of the road.
I'm not buying that.
That's the truth.
I'm not buying that.
You want to go home? I want to go home.
I'm not buying that. It's still a job to do. I think I think it's just I really can't put my finger on it. I mean, even some of the best pitchers have been up recently for LA, and it has not mattered. I think I've watched almost every game recently, and I just don't understand what's going on other than not being able to score more than one run in the last two games with the most dynamic lineup in baseball. It just seems insane.
Yeah, they paid for it. So get what you pay for.
Not quite. You get first place with what they pay for. But fortunately, that's where the Phillies are. Um,
Yes, sir. I
are
got
you
my
on,
I got I got my Kyle Schwarber hat on. Just the Schwarber, take
are,
my
are you
hat.
on any MLB games today?
He autographed it too. Absolutely. I am doing a hit party. You know me. It's a hit party. This KC Royals and the Minnesota Twins. I got Bobby Witt Jr., Carlos Correa, and somebody else to get a hit. I don't know. I'm not looking at my ticket. I don't like looking back at my tickets because I'm a loser.
I mean, if you're gonna go into it that way, why play?
Well, I play because I'm bound to win.
Well, I
And
think if
I like that ping. I get that ping. Your parlay just won. Ping. Your parlay just won. Ping. Your parlay just won. It's the best feeling in the world.
you don't get an audible ping, right? You just get
Yeah.
the green dot, right?
No, I get a ping
On what app is that?
on DraftKings.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Yep. When you sleep and the last parlays you put in, you get that ping notification from my phone.
Oh, you're talking about iPhone notifications. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all of mine. All
I
right.
don't
So,
know who got the Orioles today, but they're up 11-0 in the eighth.
so to
A
wrap
lot
up
of
baseball, what what's your conclusions for today? It looks like Mets are postponed uh, because of the rain, obviously.
right.
I think I'm going to take them. The last time the Dodgers played them, they put up 10 runs. Not that that means anything, but I have to believe we're coming off of this down streak. So I'm going.
Well, I took Freeman and Will Smith. They're part of my hit party.
That's what I was getting to. I was wondering who you took from the Dodgers.
Yeah, Freeman and Will Smith. They're on my hit party.
Why is that? Just batting averages alone or hits on the
But
season? What?
batting averages alone is like throwing a bunch of darts at the board and seeing what sticks. And these guys stick. Pause. They do.
We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, top five, top six in that lineup, I don't have a problem on any night making a bet on. Um, the only person that scares me in that lineup is Mookie Betts, just because of the amount of walks he faces, uh, depending on the pitcher. I like Teoscar Hernandez better than most. So he actually is one of the people, probably the only people in the league that I'll actually go that far down in the lineup and make bets on frequently. So
He's a
I
good
like
RBI
I
man.
like their top five, six, seven easily. Um, they get the win tonight. I may actually make a hit party on that game as well. I may just take the first, let's say, six people. But I may or may not choose a winner. Like I said, I may just take hits.
Can't go wrong with that. Lock in, people. Lock in. DJs, you hear what he said. Hit party.
All right. And lastly, live game strategies. Uh, I've been winning live game strategies on both, let's say, NBA, definitely last night. I'm gonna go live game again tonight during the NBA, maybe right at halftime again. I did hit a live game the other night with the Celtics when the Celtics were down. I took them plus 400. I had a multiplier that made it a plus 800 that I hit on. So live in game betting has been probably the most profitable for me this week. So I'm going to continue with that. When it comes to NBA tonight, when it comes to MLB, um, I may pick and choose some different games where I feel maybe in the top of the eighth, top of the seventh, where I think a team may be able to make a comeback. I may throw a few bucks there. I've been doing that a lot lately. Had a couple good calls, including the Phillies versus Colorado the other night. Had a pretty good number. And then when it comes to soccer, since there's so many soccer games, I've been actually um, betting both sides, depending on the odds, probably beyond the 70th or 80th minute as the odds continue to increase, like betting on teams that are currently tied and putting
When you
money
say
on.
both, when you say both sides, are we talking about double chance?
We are, but I'm not selecting double chance. I'm
Okay,
just
what are you
making
selecting?
two different wagers. So I'm
Okay.
just choosing both sides. But that's actually been pretty fun too. I've hit a couple of those, and like I said, I'm just waiting until maybe like the 75th minute uh, to do that because the odds go up every 10 minutes or so. So, at one point it could be, like a plus 1200 to a plus 700 if they're tied at that time. So I've been taking shots at, uh, I guess, miracle runs, if you will, just for like some coins. But they have been paying off here and there, even like taking the tie in some of these cases on a 0-1 or 2-1 kind of thing. I also been parlaying that, not necessarily parlaying that, but betting scores along with it. So if the game's 1-1, I'll obviously throw a bet on the end score being 2-1 on both sides as well. So obviously, if you bet a quarter on each side, it's $1 bet with a possible outcome in some cases of, maybe you win 20 bucks depending on how high the odds are. So that's what I've been doing in the meantime, in between like big games, is just messing around with some different live game strategies. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing up until at least the Phillies game. I think that's going to be the first one today. I think it's around 5. So that's what I'll be doing up until then.
Yeah, so we started 5:05. Pending the rain. Gotta see the rain's going
Nah, they're in California today.
in. And you're right. It's
Hey,
just raining here.
book it. All
Book
right,
it,
so
5:05 p.m.
that's all our picks for today. You have any closing statements?
I got closing statements. I want to let my DJs know they better follow us on our socials because guess what? On Tuesday, our 10 lay parlay hit. Our lotto hit the 10 lay. So guess what? We're posting another 10 lay tonight. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Keep up. ChatSGP, SGP chat. Find us. Look for the logo. Can't miss. Lock in. This guy with the gavel.